Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never role-played before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. Our heroes are entering the arena. Butthole is horrified he might have to kill his mother. Moss is being forced further and further out of her comfort zone. And Quinny freed a cleric and is trying to sabotage 2 gladiators. Can Reginald and Butthole survive a battle with 2 professional fighters, or will their play for the throne end here? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
Quinny, you are running through the gladiator pens beneath the roughshod arena of a Ka, having left Moss to definitely sort it out with our beloved Standus Wittus, who's a big guy now in his mind. He's a big guy now. You are rushing to try and find Chance Adrenaline and Brutalatrix before they step into the arena. You can see them both getting ready, and Brutalatrix is kind of growling at Chance, and it's just like, I work alone. And Chance is like, sure, man, that's fine, I get that, but look, we gotta kill these 2 rubes, and then you and I can have the throwdown we've always wanted to. Brutalatrix is like, I really enjoy crushing your skull. Chance is like, yeah, and I'll enjoy crushing it. You see Chance kind of looking through the slats as his as his bard just fucking goes to town on Gunther the Glorious in the arena with a lute. And he's kind of watching and cheering him on. And Brutalatrix is just like wrapping his arms for battle. He's a 7-foot-tall Goliath wearing very functional armor, and he's got just a fucking wicked-looking maul that he's just like taking practice swings with. He's fully in the zone, fully focused, and fully alert, whereas Chance is obviously just watching to see what happens in the arena. What do you do?
All right, I'm looking for one of those stations for like gladiator doctors. You know, they don't have clerics for healing, but they've got doctors that'll give you something that makes you shit your pants. So I'm looking for that kind of situation, that sort of zone down here.
You don't find it. It would seem that anyone who gets injured here has to hobble to the hospital.
Ooh, wow. Hardcore.
Yeah.
All right, then. How far approximately is the hospital from here?
It's like crosstown.
Crosstown? Would you say it's within 500 feet? I'm really bad at gauging distance.
Oh, no, it's further than that.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
I think. Pretty sure. I don't know.
It's a pretty small town if it's not more than 500.
Yeah, it's further than that. It's big.
That's like, is the hospital more than 100 Ryans from here if you lay me down? And it's like, yeah, it's more than that.
Well, hang on. Pause the recording. Let's go outside. Lay down. Yes, unfortunately, it is further than a dimension doorway, if that's kind of what you're asking.
You got it, pal. Yeah, just pop on over there, grab with the, bad juice, and bring it over here. Okay,
Tyler, you do have 2 stress. So
I do have 2 stress.
You could spend 2 stress to say that you, like, when you were in the hospital, pocketed, like, a vial of something.
If you give me that, I will happily accept.
When you start reaching for dimension door, I'm like, he really wants it. He really wants to make a gladiator poop their pants. And who am I to stand in the way of progress?
All right. Then knowing that I have a little bit of the bad medicine, as they say, they don't say that. Nobody says that.
Well, songs do.
Yeah, that's true. I'm looking for anything that they might be drinking out of. Are there drinking vessels nearby? If not, I will try to.
Yeah. No, they definitely do. Ryan, what is the fantasy Gatorade called?
Fantasy Gatorade is called, we're also in a Ka.
Yeah.
So it's just called War Juice.
So you see 2...
It just says, get war in you.
Yeah. See 2 flagons of war juice. And someone who looks like a young, handsomer Warham, who maybe had a different career long ago. And yeah, just two flagons of war juice. Chance is ignoring his. Brutalatrix takes a few swings and then takes a swig, and then takes a few swings and takes a swig.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go in for Brutalatrix then. If he's in the zone, I'm basically going to try and sneak up and between swings, give him a little dose.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check. I'm going to put you at disadvantage because there is nowhere to hide. This is some true... Ooh.
We okay?
I had some war juice.
17 for the first roll, 14 for the second, 14 plus 15, 29.
I was going to roll to see if he could see you. And he cannot. He's so in the zone, he does not notice the sneaky boy.
This poor idiot can't roll 30 on a perception roll. Nerd.
Guys, I'm taking my dice and going home.
Ryan, Tom, I'm not with Ryan or Laura on this.
I also want to be
Hey,
clear.
what did
I'm
I-
mocking
what
the
did I
character.
do?
Not
You
the
laughed,
DM.
and I am scared.
Yeah.
That was a pretty gnarly laugh.
I'm mocking the character, not the DM.
Oh no, it's too late for that. It's far too late.
Oh yeah, I'd never.
Let me
mock
just
the
make some
character.
adjustments to my plans for later this session.
And Laura wants to be clear. She would never mock the character, so she was just laughing at you.
That's why you don't have a sword anymore. All right, so yeah, you managed to get in and dose the mug, and then slip away
Yep.
into the dark. Where do you go next?
Well, I think I'm just, I think I've done everything I can do. I am stressed. I am going to head, I don't have my ticket on me, so I'm going to leave.
Okay.
And see if I can sort of catch the show from wherever the plebs do, as they say. They also don't say that, but
They do. You've met some of these people.
Right,
They all
okay,
100% do.
Quinny wants to join the fantasy tailgate.
yeah.
War gate.
All I'm thinking is the rat boy and Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. That's all I'm thinking.
That's
yeah.
very sweet. Yeah, well, that's nice. That's too nice for where we are, but I like it. All right. Meanwhile, Moss, you have Laura. You mentioned off air on break that you have a plan to make Stannis Widdis disguised.
yeah. I knew pretty quickly because I looked through.
Perfect.
What do I have on me? What do I always keep on me? Because so much stuff is in like Reginald's or Butthole's tummy bag,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course.
But one thing I always have on me is Mrs. Paisley's forgery kit.
Here we go.
Yep.
So Moss is not going to turn into Mrs. Paisley, but she still has access to the kit. So she's going to take some inks and she's going to take some sealing wax and she's going to be, all right, Standus, just smile real big. That's his name, right?
Yeah, Stannis Widdis.
Standus, yeah.
And he does. It's that goofy, like, again, Mad Magazine smile.
And she's going to do the really bad, like, stage makeup thing that never passes, like, up close, and just, like, ink in all of his lines to, like, old him up.
Oh, yeah. You're like that beach, just making people old.
Yeah, and then she's going to pour some of the sealing wax, like, on, like, a flight, like, a glass, so, like, a cup mug or something like that, until it, like, cools just enough that it's not going to burn him, and then just, like, kind of paste it on his face to look like weird scars, like raised shit. Like,
This is why Moss is a nicer person than the rest of the party. You waited for the wax to cool. You weren't just like, fuck you, here you go.
yeah, I mean, he didn't do anything wrong.
Tyler, what is the montage music that plays during this makeover sequence?
We're in a car, so it's just the Rocky theme. It's just
Smile.
just the trumpets going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I love it. And afterwards, he's like, okay, how do I look? How does he look?
Different.
Good enough. All right, with that, the two of you make your
I don't know if
way.
it's good. Moss doesn't have proficiency with these tools. Only Mrs. Paisley does.
Honestly, you were trying to make him look less like something, and I think that you can accomplish pretty easily. So he definitely looks less like something. All right, so the two of you make your way to the stands. Having sabotaged the fighters, Reginald and Butthole make their entrance. They announce themselves, and again, like the crowd is very confused about Reginald, but there's some like genuine excitement too. Like, oh my god, like Reginald's back. One of the Tingly boys is here. Like, how is that even possible? Rabble. And then there's like the one person who's like, I read the Forsaken's book. It's great. You should all read it. And then, the gong sounds and Brutalatrix like steps out, smacking the maul in his hand, and Chance comes skateboarding out. And the MC is like, all right, we want a good dirty match. Beat each other to pulps. That's what we're here for. Go Horde. All right, let's do it. And there's like a ding ding of the bell, and let's roll some initiative.
All righty. For Butthole, it's an 11. For Reginald, it's a 3.
Do you want initiative for Quinny and Moss outside of the combat, or not
I don't,
necessary?
unless you're planning on interfering, we don't need it. But if you are planning,
not planning on it.
okay. Well, we'll roll you in if you decide you would hop in there.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I also rolled an 11 and a 3, so equal match. Ryan, what's your initiative modifier for
Butthole's got +1. Reginald's got 0.
Okay, and Butthole had 3 and Reginald had 11?
Butthole was 11. Reginald was 3.
Okay. So Butthole will be up first.
Great. Reginald, standing next to him, says, all right, so one of us should slow down the big guy, and the other one should kill the small one so we could team up. And when he looks over, the Forsaken has already started running. The smaller guy, and he's, blood and death! And he just, throws his shield up in the air, and it's just a fucking buzzsaw at the end of the chain before he yanks it back down. And then he just fucking plows into Chance Adrenaline, who he is going after. And while he's at that last second, you just see him shake his right arm in a Henry Cavill reloading sense. And the hammer in his hand just starts to glow and vibrate gold. Because the Forsaken canonically is an atheist, but Butthole is 100% using a spiritual hammer. So he's actually summoned the spiritual hammer inside his real hammer. So when he swings, he can just crack somebody with both.
Nice.
Hidden inside it. So he gets 2 attacks, and he gets 1 attack plus his bonus hammer attack. And then I got to double check whether a thing is another bonus action or just another thing. Okay, no, that's fine. We're not going to use that one this turn because that's also a bonus action. He only gets one of those. So, let's see how this poor asshole is doing. Okay, he gets a nat 20 on his regular hit, and he gets a 19 on the spiritual hammer.
Okay, both of those will hit.
Okay, the nat 20 means I'm rolling double damage on the regular hit, right?
Yes.
So damage dice twice?
Yeah.
Great, okay.
Modifier once.
Modifier once, yes. Okay, so he is swinging in. That is 9 plus 4 for 13 damage from the hammer hit. Then it also does additional damage because he's a cleric who's swinging superpowered shit. So 13, which will be plus another 7. So for 20 total from the real hammer hit. And then from the magical hammer, we are adding 17 force damage.
17
from
force
that as well.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. That is a pretty rough hit for this guy. He's just skateboarding in, and then all of a sudden this falls on him. It's like the sun goes out above him as you loom over him, and you just pummel him.
And as he fucking smokes him, just Butthole just yells, "You can't kill my mother!" he's definitely, let's say, displacing his emotions.
Yeah, fair enough. That seems to be a theme with this.
It's been going around.
The glasses shatter off his face. His backward hat gets tipped forward. He spits out teeth, and he's like, "Oh shit, man! What the fuck?" And then he looks to someone to call off the fight. But that's not a thing. Anything else you want to do on your round before we move on?
That would be a movement, an attack, and a bonus action. So I'm tapped.
Okay. Brutalatrix just yells "I will break your bones, kill you all, and then, I don't know, kill the bodies." And he just rushes in with the maul. And just in the same way that you did a big Thor jump, he does a big Thor jump, but he's coming at Reginald. As he's flying through the sky, he just kind of turns to Butthole and he's like, "Also, thank you for killing that guy. I fucking hate him." And then he comes swinging down on Reginald. Reginald, what's your AC?
19.
Okie dokie. So 2 big swings with the maul. Sorry, 3. How many attacks does this fucker get? He gets 2. Yeah. Both will hit.
Okay.
And that will be 11 damage and 19 damage.
Total of 30. Okay.
So he just like cracks Reginald like one way when Reginald's still standing, cracks him the other way, and just yells, "I'm Retalatrix! I fucking love killing people!"
Wow.
Bringing us to Reginald.
Okay. Reginald is going to smoke a gem, baby. That's what he's doing. He's just reaching into his pocket and fucking cracking a gem and snorting the absolute shit out of it.
And the crowd goes fucking nuts. They love it. They've missed this. They missed their like coked up Prince guy.
Weird.
Yeah, and it's his animalistic form, the like blade toothed, like rangy fucking monster Reginald who gets additional attacks.
Wait, what?
He's turned into this monster form before. He did it when he was fighting Strahd. He's done it elsewhere where he's got like his big muscly form, but this is his cruel form. So he like grows fangs. It just turns more animalistic.
He just leaves negative comments on everyone's wall.
Yeah. No, well, he's not a troll. He's, but it's I would say comparable to a were-ish form, but staying on the human side. No fur growth, just like structural rebuild into a monstrous version of Reginald.
Fun.
And then he's just gonna say, "It's hammer time," and he's just gonna fucking flaming hammer the shit out of this. He gets 2 attacks normally, and he gets a 3rd attack due to what he just snorted.
Sure.
Cool.
So he is coming in with a 24, a 23, and a 17.
Yeah, all 3 of those go through.
All righty, fucking math time. Okay, so I got a stack.
I got my pen ready. Let's do it.
Yeah. I got a stack here just so I can make sure I'm doing this right. So we got 3 hits. They all do. Great. Okay, so this one rerolls because he's an expert fighter with a great weapon, and fuck me, it doesn't matter. Well, it's slightly better.
Someone got a 1.
I did. I rolled a 1, and I got to reroll into a 2.
Yeah, baby.
So the first one will do 9 base damage.
Okay.
The second one will also do 9 base damage.
Okay.
And the third one will do 6 base damage.
All right.
But now we're going to add a bunch of fire.
Okay.
The 3 fire scores from the hits will be 7, 4, and 7.
All right. So we're sitting at 42 damage from your strikes.
That's just Monster Reginald just fucking wailing away. You can see he's faster, but not necessarily more dexterous. It's just made him faster on offense. And Tom, just for your in my brain for general rules, with the one he snorted, he now has disadvantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Oh, no. How are you going to beat the battle of wits I have planned?
Don't worry. He can take a bonus action and turn this shit off.
So that's how he will defeat the battle of wits I have planned. All right. Great. So next we have Chance Adrenaline. Just fucking ragged and in pain. And he's like, no one can stop you. The tubular life of Chance Adrenaline. And he kick flips the skateboard up into his hands and just fucking cracks you across the face with it, or at least he's going to try. So what's your AC? The Forsaken?
23.
23. Okay, so one will go through, one definitely doesn't. So he smashes the skateboard against your face for 14 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
And then he holds up his what was it, war juice? Was that what?
Yeah, war juice.
Holds up his war juice, and he's like, also I'd like to thank my sponsor, War Juice. When I'm in a hurry, I need my war juice. And he chugs it, but he's like, that's good war. Because he has to do a sponsor shout out or else he loses the sponsorship. He gains no health back from it. There are no health benefits to it, despite what he has told people.
Oh, false advertising.
Yeah. So
Now he deserves this.
So that's his action. He's not doing great. It's almost like he shouldn't have been in this fight. Top of the round, Butthole.
Great. Butthole sees an exposed throat, so he would like to smash Toothy Hammer's bladed edge into the neck of Chance Adrenaline. And then he would just like to do it again. If he can just pop this head off, he knows the crowd will really like it. So
He's not wrong.
he's going to do one attack of his own, and then he is going to... now, one attack of his own, and then we'll see what the Spectral Hammer does, and then he can actually juice it for another. But no, wait, because it takes a bonus action to command the hammer. I'm good. There's 2 hammers. He's got too many bonus action things hiding around.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe.
All right, the first attack is a 21.
Yep.
And they said, okay, the 21, it will do 6 damage. Moonlight Bringer
I mean,
coming
it's
in.
still not great
dog
for
shit.
him, but it's also not the worst.
Yep. And then the spiritual hammer attack is a 19.
Yep.
Okay. And that will do 4, 5. There we go. 13. That'll do 23 force damage from the spiritual hammer.
As usual, spiritual hammer comes through in a pinch. How does Chance Adrenaline's ride end?
Toothy Hammer comes up as Butthole is yelling, "Not my mom! She's nice!" And it's just Toothy Hammer just embeds the T-Rex teeth directly into the neck of Chance Adrenaline.
Chance.
And then Moonlight Bringer comes low and he cocks it in his hand and raises it up like an uppercut. And it just hammers into the jaw and just cracks the head off the back. And it flips spinning into the crowd.
Crowd goes fucking nuts. They're like, yeah. The sponsors are like, he got our phrase out before he died. We're good. But the crowd goes fucking nuts. They love it. And Brutalatrix turns to you and is like, fucking good work, man. I'm still gonna kill you, but that was fucking rad.
Yeah, and with his move, Butthole would like to move behind Brutalatrix. Let's just force him to make a choice and be engaged either way.
Fair enough. All right, that brings us to Brutalatrix.
It's nasty.
He's got like you on either side. That's a problem. So he just lets out like a mighty roar, and he's gonna do a special thing that he can do, which is basically he gets 3 attacks that he can split up however he wants. So he's going to do 2 on Reginald, 1 on Butthole. Since Reginald's in front of him, it's going to be like a smack on the backswing. He's going to try and like crack Butthole in the face, and he's going to come back for Reginald.
I don't know the rules of engagement. Does he have disadvantage or anything for 2 people in combat?
Yeah, man.
Dope.
He's not having a great time. Look, enemies get like cool things. It doesn't mean they're like the best. And he's not like a big boss. So, the first one, the disadvantage kills him. Second one, disadvantage kills him. And the third one, disadvantage comes up as a 1. Holy shit. Ooh. I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 1. And then, like, better stuff, but he has disadvantage. So, the lesson for those of you listening at home is just because you can attack multiple targets doesn't mean you should attack multiple targets. So, he does all of that. And I think it's literally just like, because there's 2 of you, it's just like, you know, like any of those fight montages where like two people are fighting one person, where it's just like you're able to block and guard against everything because it's clearly telegraphed because he's fighting the 2 of you. His like will to fight is no less, but there's a bit of a like look in his eye.
Yep. Should we just roll some attacks from the other 2 boys? Or how you want to do this?
That was his turn. It's over to Reginald.
All right, Reginald. This is just fucking... Now the 2 of them... We're watching 2 brothers who are about the same build, about the same height, both with very similar weapons as hammers. And it's now becoming like watching those expert spike drivers on the railways, where it's just like thonk, thonk, thonk,
Right.
thonk. They're alternating up and down.
Yeah, which is
And
weird
just-
also because it's rare that an enemy is taller than you. So it's like he's just a bit above you, but it's still just like cracking away.
Work the chest, work the thigh, work the chest, just rotating that and swinging around to do either side to just batter this poor son of a bitch. So Reginald's going to take his 3 swings.
Oh, Jesus. All right, yep.
The first one is a 12. So, paying attention to the front, that makes sense. The second one is a 21.
Yep.
And the third one is also a 21.
I'm sorry, one was a 12?
Yeah.
That one won't go through, the others will.
Okie dokie. So,
Ryan, I hate to ask this. Did you roll those with advantage?
I did not roll those with
You
advantage.
should re-roll the 12 then. Because
Okay.
you've got him flanked, so...
That's another 12.
Yeah.
Sometimes
tried.
fate just wants you to have a 12.
I mean,
know
do you
what?
want to roll 2 more times to see if it...
Theoretically, that would have been the 12 rolling into a 12. Oh, I mean,
happens?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. So roll 2 dice if you get a 20.
I did not get a 20.
Yeah, well.
So, you know what? Sometimes rolling dice is just fun for its own
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we should make a game about it. It's not this one. We talk too much.
Okay. That will be 9 regular damage for one.
Yep.
And 10 regular damage for the other. So 19 regular damage plus 16 fire damage.
Hachi fucking machi. All right. Jesus, that is a lot of damage.
There's another brother.
He is he's like it's very much the like Bucky and Cap wailing on Iron Man thing where he's just like slowly kind of like dropping to one knee as he continues to like swing them all around to try and defend
It
against
said
this.
Bucky, and I'm like, who's Cap in our show?
Oh yeah, shit, I'm sorry. The Winter Soldier. Bucky
Captain
Barnes.
Roberts
James-
and Bucky
Oh,
just
yeah.
Captain
Barnes.
Plantier teaming up with Bucky.
Oh no.
Yeah, Captain Roberts and Bucky is a much more likely combination of people who would get along.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry about that.
No, that's you are correct. This was me just going to my pop culture well one too many times.
Listen, Bucky wrote the fan fiction. It was Captain Roberts and Bucky fighting an iron golem. You can see pictures of it. It's
and
very
afterwards, she
exciting.
gifted him a ship, and he was so happy about it.
Yeah. And then all his friends were really excited for him.
Yeah.
Ginny found it and will not stop talking about it. She wants a sequel and has already come up with some headcanon for like who Stinky Pete and Slutty Dave are. She's not far off. She guessed it pretty accurately based on their names. All right. So go ahead, Butthole. Let's see what you do.
All righty. So we got Butthole swinging in first with advantage. He is going to be getting a 23 for his regular hammer hit.
Yeah.
And he is just, with him falling to the knee, it's just top of the traps. Just broad shoulders, just fucking shoulder bones is what he's swinging
I
in
do
for.
not care for that.
Yeah, it's not nice. So that will be,
As opposed to all the other murder we've been doing.
Yeah.
that'll be 5 regular damage, plus because he is clericing it up. Where's the, plus an 11 radiant damage. So 16 damage total from the regular hammer hit, and then the spiritual hammer gets a 16. It will not have advantage because it is a spell outside of his body, so it'll just be 16.
Yeah. Oh, to hit? Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Then
He has remarkably low armor class because he's just a big guy, and his deal is that he hits you hard enough that you die.
okay. That will be 26 force damage from the
that
spiritual hammer coming
fucking
down.
hammer.
When you cast something at level 5, it's a nasty spell. They were big
Yeah.
dudes. We weren't here to fuck around.
You're not wrong.
We had to impress, or this was all pointless.
Yeah. So you're just like hounding him down, and he's as you're doing this, like it's weird because like both of you are just like going to work on this. You know that this isn't the objective. You just need to get this done so you can get your cleric and get the fuck out of here and like win the crowd over. So it's just very workmanlike, and you can see in his eyes like just shock and you can almost see him like he's saying what you're about to do, like as he's working it out. And there's like almost a look of wonder on his face as you can see him literally like mathing out how you're kicking his ass. It's literally like the Sherlock Holmes I can see the fight thing, but rather than doing it before the fight. Well, yeah, and it's like as it's happening, it's kind of one of those moments where it's like, oh no, I have slipped down the slippery slope, and now I'm just like enjoying the mathematics of how incredibly intelligently you're beating the shit out of me. And he just like as you're destroying him, he just like looks up at you, Forsaken / Butthole. And as you beat the life out of him, he just says, "If I could try again, the things I could do following you." And then you smash him with the spiritual hammer, and he collapses backward. The crowd goes nuts. They are astonished. They're like, "Reginald, one half of the Tingly boys."
And Reginald like gestures for the crowd to be quiet for a moment, and he just says, "That's right, I'm Reginald Tingler." Waits for the applause again.
Oh
He's
yeah, you
fucking
get it,
into
man.
this.
You get
He's
it.
all
It's
over this.
great. Standis is up, clapping, being like, I'm old and I love him. And then he like nudges Moss, being like, pretty good, huh?
Dude, just down. Just clap politely.
And he's like, hey, it takes a while for a big guy to sit down. He like sits down with his fake big arms.
And I'm not here alone. I know that a car is crying out for the Tingly boys.
Yeah, we love the Tingly boys. Yeah, Tingly boys.
It's crying out for a golden age that was past. It's crying out for what we all need, the right kind of war with the living.
Yeah, we fucking hate the dead. And like, there's a moment of silence as someone yells that. And then someone just yells, we're Freebird! And just like applause goes up from the crowd. And like, there's a few people who are kind of like, like this side, I don't want to be here.
And then it's just like, I don't just love the Freebird. I am the Freebird. Bird's the word. The word is the bird.
Bird is the word. Bird is the word.
And I'm here to become not just your leader, but to become one of you, because I've brought the rightful king of Akar.
Archibald!
All hail Bobbert! And he's just going to take a knee as Reginald in front of this crowd and throw to Butthole, who's just going to pull off his helmet and throw it aside. And Butthole just yelled, my dad is dead. My mother is undead, which means there's no living body on the throne. So it's time for the reign of the Tingly boys. And if you want to join the Adamantine Legion of the Living, the armor is at the doors. We are the Horde. We are the future. We are a car. And today's gonna be a fucking war.
And just like applause, everyone's fucking losing their minds. People are rushing the door. Anyone who's like, "Hey, I like the," like just immediately like, just head down and beaten to death. Like,
and then for the center of the ring, he just triple thaumaturgies himself, so his voice is just blaring. He's like, "Stand with me, stand with Reginald," and then he's gonna reach down and just heal Brutalatrix and say, "Stand with Brutalatrix."
And as he comes up, his eyes just glow. And he says, no, I saw you. I saw him in my mind when I died. No longer shall I be Brutalatrix. Now, knowing the mathematics of violence you have taught me, I will serve you as vital statistics. Let us make war in the name of... Sorry, what was your name?
Butthole.
Butthole. What, Butthole?
King Butthole. King Butthole. Just go with it.
Butthole.
Death to the Horde! And Butthole just wants to fucking lead this fucking mob to like where all the like the little now healthy but still kind of emaciated veterans from the cave are like giving out 100-year-old armor to like functionally the living homeless. It's like most unlikely army in the world.
At this point, having been healed up, Patty Two Eyes stands exactly the same height. She's very sneaky, not really though. She's really no better. She's just like, she doesn't have a common cold anymore. And she's just like, oh yeah, you should listen to them. They've been doing good stuff. Grab some more, but don't take too much or I'll find you and kill you. And people like strapping on like pieces of adamantine armor. And they start just like chanting like Freebird, Tingly boys, Freebird, Tingly boys, as they begin to march out. And of course, as fate would have it, as you spill out into the streets of Akar, the Horde is making their way towards the parade grounds. And you just watch this moment of like this column marching in like, again, full like military parade fashion. And it's a bit of a fucking like Sharks and Jets or like Gangs in New York.
I was going to say opening season Gangs in New York.
Yeah, where it's just like where like the Horde and all of like the Dark Spikes are with them come up. One guy's tapping his eye with with a knife. And then you guys all come out. And it's like people in adamantine armor. It's people from all like walks of life in Akar. The sun is like high above you. And there's just kind of a moment as Archibald Tingler kind of like looks across the field and looks between the two of you. And he's like, oh, Reginald, you do know how to disappoint.
Meanwhile, Reginald is standing there being like, Butthole, cover your ears. And Butthole's just like tearing strips of fabric and jamming them inside his helmet so he can't hear anything.
Your king's helmet looks stupid.
Yeah, well, that's what you taught me. It's not about how you look. It's about who you kill. I'm gonna eat your fucking face, you piece of shit, and then I'm gonna shit you out. The old dies and the new reigns. All hail King Tingly boys.
I don't understand half the words you just said, but you know what? You were always my least favorite child, and I only had one. Let's fucking dance, you disappointing piece of shit.
And for once, two Tingler sons have the chance to stand together and kill a fucking Archibald.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time. Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, OMG It's Big Nick, D&D and Things, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Flea Unit, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Nithrian, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia de los Hoodless, Dio Vassis, Loki Burrito, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.